Goedenavond, good evening, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. And the European Union are now spelling out to President Cyril Ramaphosa why black economic transformation and BBBEE and BEE are not working for European investors in South Africa. And if Ramaphosa, as he is wont to do, just looks the other way about this suggestion of reducing the levels of BBBEE, I think he's going to lose a lot of investment from European companies. But let's wait and see. Anyway, here comes the video. Please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell for the updates. Please like this video. Please share this video. And above all, please stay safe. Bye for now.
Roberto, many thanks for your time this evening. Let's perhaps start with some of the salient features that came out of the report and the impact that BBBEE has had on European companies operating in South Africa.
Thank you very much for having me here tonight, and good evening to everybody. Before saying that, I think it's important to say that we have quite a responsibility as European Union here in South Africa, because we are the investor number one. We represent 40% of the foreign direct investments in South Africa, and that poses, and we are the first first trading partners of South Africa. More than 1,000 companies are operating in South Africa, and they generate actually more than 350,000 jobs. And we're talking jobs for South African here in South Africa. For this reason, we were keen actually to explore a bit better what are the investment impediments, but with the purpose actually to increase further the investments and with the purpose of contributing to economic transformation in South Africa. This is the key objective that we are sharing with South Africa. And for this reason, we had this report, and there are many findings. If you want, I can go one by one very quickly through the findings. What do you think?
I think so. Maybe let's think about two very, very important ones, because I want to get to the return on investments and how that's been impacted by the BBBEE policy. So maybe two important ones that you think, and we can move on with the return on investment part of the conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. The two most important findings relate actually to the two key elements of the scorecard of the Black Economic Empowerment policies, which is the ownership requirement and the skill development requirement. Because all companies have shown quite a level of awareness and commitment to comply with the Black Economic Empowerment policies. So that is something that is beyond doubt. But the ownership requirement is quite difficult actually to be met. So particularly by SMEs and small SMEs. And as you know, the SMEs are the backbone of our economies, both in Europe and in South Africa. So that means companies, when are family-owned, are very reluctant to give up to their own to sale equities. But at the same time, they're extremely keen to comply with the other scorecard elements, specifically the skill development. And the key outcome of this study, which has been conducted by an impartial consultancy, was exactly that European companies are putting a lot of efforts and a lot of money on skill development, scoring very well in the scorecard, but sometimes these skills produced are not sufficiently rewarded by the BBBEE policy. So what we are proposing is a bit a recalibration, a sort of reweighting of the scores attributed to the different elements, so that we could give a bit more maybe to the skills and a bit less to the ownership, specifically when it comes to small companies.
Right. Now, we've got our investment summit, as I've just mentioned in my intro, and these proposals that you're coming up with in terms of a recalibration. If government doesn't heed the call or takes too long to initiate these changes, would it affect the levels of investment that the EU will make to South Africa in future years?
Well, I cannot speculate on this. Let's say that investors are voting with their own feet. And the question, of course, that there is also competition between different countries to attract investments. And I'm talking also about neighboring countries. But that doesn't mean that European Union companies are not committed to continue investing in South Africa. South Africa certainly has assets that are quite crucial and important to attract foreign investment. But we can even have further investments, specifically from SMEs, if we can engage in a constructive dialogue with the government in terms of recalibrating a bit these elements of the scorecard.
Right. Thank you so much for your time. That is Roberto Chikuti, who's the Head of Trade and Economics at the European Union.